Hey there, it's time for another Squint 180. And so I'm in my temporary office space in the corner of a great room that we have. And so soon I'll be able to shoot these right from my office. But for today, here we go. Today I want to talk about what I call God's healing variety. This passage is out of Isaiah chapter 38, verses 20 and 21. And it says, "Think of it, the Lord is ready to heal me. I will sing his praise with instruments every day of my life in the temple of the Lord." Isaiah had said to Hezekiah's servant, "Make an ointment from figs and spread it over the boil, and Hezekiah will recover." Isaiah was experiencing some healing from God, and he was praising him. Now, in this case, the healing it took some personal responsibility of Hezekiah. It wasn't that he just prayed and God miraculously, out of the blue, with nothing else, healed him. But this is healing. It's called healing. It's described healing as by God. But in this case, Hezekiah was told to do something. Hezekiah was told to get the prophet Isaiah, and he was told to take and make an ointment from figs and spread it over the boil, and Hezekiah will recover. And so as I think about this, I think, well, some people might say, well, that's not healing. That, see, he had to do something. He did some figs and he made an ointment, and that's what healed him. That's not miraculous healing today by God. Some people might think that. But if you look at the scriptures, God always is on record of checking out our faith and testing our faith and stretching us, and he's always asking people to do things, and then God does what is the miraculous. For example, Naaman the leper was told to dip in the Jordan 7 times. I mean, God could have healed him of his leprosy just like that, but sometimes God wants to test our obedience to him in matters of faith. And so Naaman went and he dipped 7 times in the Jordan River. And of course, the Jordan River was a filthy river, and yet he was cleansed. He was cleaned. So God doesn't always just snap his fingers and boom, we're healed. There are sometimes he asks us to do things maybe to stretch or to test our faith, to see what our hearts are like in obedience to him. Even Jesus, even though he did sometimes heal people, but without anything, maybe by the snap of the finger, but there are many other times that he didn't. There was the time that the man who was born blind, and Jesus took some dirt and he spit on the dirt and he put it on his eyes, and he had the man go over to the pool and to wash himself and to cleanse himself, and his eyesight was restored. So God doesn't do healing always the same way, but he is the one who heals. All right? Whether he chooses the medicines, which, by the way, medicine comes from the ore and from matters from the earth. Everything that's created, God has created that. We make medicine out of it, but that's been provided by God. But the point is that God does, if there was just one way that God healed, if it always had to be that way, I don't think people would have the faith. But what happens is God's not, you can't put God in a formula that he always does this way. You can't put God in a box. God will heal the way he will heal, and sometimes he wants us to be obedient to him to test our faith and to measure our faith. So, if you're looking for healing, pray for God's healing. Absolutely seek him out and pray. And then what I always tell people is, do all you can, all right? And then when you get to that limit where you can do no more, you simply trust God and see how he's going to lead. So a little word on healing today is God's healing is usually in variety of ways. That's why I called it God's healing variety. Isaiah 38, 20 and 21. Hey, I hope you have a great week, and we'll catch up with you in a couple weeks. Bye.